Welcome back to Crease Robbery. Today we're going to be doing a new series. This is going to be the Goalie Blueprint. And with Goalie Blueprint, I'm going to be going over a bunch of pro NLL goalies gameplays and giving you the stats of the goalie, the heights and whatnot, so you can pick a goalie that is similar to you, similar to the style that you like, and you can try and sort of emulate the goalie, or just taking parts of the goalie that you would like. Today we're going to be going with Nick Rose. Historically, I'm a bit of a Nick Rose hater, but he just won a cup, so what am I to really say? Bit of a crafty old veteran, 38. He was traded to the Roughnecks for a while there. Had a bit of a weird stint. I thought that might have been it for him, but then came back to swiftly win a cup for the fellas. So without further ado, let's kind of get into Nick Rose here. So the first thing I want to get into here with Mr. Nick Rose is he understands his athletic ability and understands his angles very well. That's what's brought him through the league all these years perfectly well, and this is a great example of it, just that quick little shot, and we'll kind of work through it. So we'll see him up here. He's going to be decently far out, but not too far. Doesn't overcommit. He does a couple little shuffle steps, and he's had to be so positional his entire life that he knows like he has to really make it to this post and be lined up. And you can already tell here he knew where he was pretty good. He kind of comes over, and then you can see he ends up actually touching up probably right behind here, although you can't see it. With this, there's really no angle, like from this post to the guy probably is online, but like realistically he's gonna have a really hard time making the shoot to this post, and that's why he did the pass instead. And what Nick Rose does is he just is gonna come straight to this post. It's gonna be a super easy save for him, and that's exactly what he does. He kind of elects to just seal things up. He gets his shoulder into there. He gets his glove into the side of his leg to kind of seal up that side, and then this leg seals right into the post. See, something that Nick Rose does a lot, and as a position of goalie you do have to end up doing, is he guesses a lot, and educationally, of course. But you're gonna see here, player coming up over top. He pretty much knows that this is probably going high, like just with the shooter kind of sidearm. So you see a lot of the times he just kind of like keeps his shoulders high, even, level, and high. Yeah, he's able to keep his shoulders even, level, and high, right, the whole time. But one thing you will see with him is he does like to drop kind of one leg, but still stay high. He likes to kind of keep his hips like in between like this area. He never really commits low or high too much. He likes to stay big, and for a goalie his size, that's kind of the play. Like even there, as I said, his hips kind of come down to this level, but his shoulders are still high, especially according to the net. So once again here, just taking up net. He's playing his angle pretty much perfectly. As he does, he's actually one of the few goalies I can say that can play a half decent 3-point stance. I almost never recommend it, but he's not bad at it. He has his foot out. It's probably covering up to here, about. While the player's coming across, he's going to kind of swing this foot back, because the further you are out and the further this guy comes this way, the more he's going to be able to see of this net on the inside. You're going to see when the player's coming across, he's actually going to flatten himself out more. Reason being is if you step out this way, there's still net here, right? Whereas if you step out same kind of step to here, all of a sudden you take this away. You know, even if you step here, there's still net. So that's that reason. Ball's coming across. As you can see, it's not exactly what I said. He actually took a wider step because the player crossed, but you'll see he never steps out really. If anything, it's back or it's across. And in the way in which he goes down, not super athletic. It's not a butterfly. It's a one leg down, one leg up. And he's just gonna kind of do the same thing as as I was saying earlier. He keeps his hips out of the no man's land, right? He never really truly goes down. His hips are here, his shoulders are here, and in relation to the ball's gonna release him down here. So if it goes high, it's gonna hit his shoulders, or not. Example here. You know how we're saying he's successful when he keeps his shoulders high and his hips not too low? Right here. Right, he has an okay position. He probably should have been sealed up more, right? There's really not much of a far side on him. Honestly, he should be staying here. Like, he's kind of out of position. He's kind of sketched out. Maybe a tiny step up. Maybe a tiny step up. But what ends up happening, shot goes, it flies. And instead of kind of doing his one hip down, one hip up thing, he does a double drop and just lifts his shoulders up, right? Both knees to the ground. He lifts his shoulders up, and the ball actually finds its way kind of like down in here. And if he kind of just elected to do like his usual save, he probably would have had this. Because you can see he's just not quite athletic enough to be able to get down and have the speed on that. That's why for him it works so well doing the one leg up, one leg down. It's just not as much speed required, and he can honestly take up more net that way. This is a place that it gets a bit confusing if you've watched some of my other videos, especially on depth. 6 foot tall Nick Rose, not necessarily the tallest guy. Brutally positionally perfect, really, is kind of his game. He's going to be out center here. He's almost perfectly center, probably. Like, I would assume this is center for him. It's hard to tell from our angle, but I assume it's pretty centered. But he's all the way like out here. And why is that necessarily, you might ask? Reason being, mainly as such, is that being a positional goalie, he's probably just less likely to like kind of dip down during the shot. Like, he's probably going to be fine up high because he likes to sit up high. Secondly, I mean, this shot is coming from so far away that there's really not a threat. Like, especially up high, a guy like him, he's going to sit up high. So if it goes up high, he'll have it. And this just gives him a little better of a chance down low, if that happens to happen. Here's a good example of Rose under pressure. He's going to step out a little bit. He understands this player is running this way. So he's going to have a little bit of a breather here for a second. Ball's going to get tossed up top here. And now that player is going to take a shot. And he knows this shot's been happened a few times this game already. So he knows if this shot's happened a few times, there's likely to be a ball. And he likes to do this. He kind of like angles himself down a little bit just in preparation for this ball. Sometimes a guy like this will tend to do that a little more than like I would like to. So right here, players winding up, he knows a shot's coming, so you can almost see him start approaching down, making himself smaller, because in the way this guy's shooting, the ball's either going low or bouncing. So I mean, yeah, Nick Rose is a great example for it. Ain't gonna be pretty, it just gotta work. I mean, I got another example here. Really, he's leaving this far side alone. And this is where things will get deceiving for some people. They'll think, well, should I be doing that? Oh, probably not. But he understands that this guy's was wanting to come over the top. Um, so he would have already been set for that, right? Um, but also, if this guy shifts down the pipe here, he's probably not gonna like sling a twister. So if he goes down this way, it's just like a quick little step. So it's really not a big deal. It's probably not ideal. Like it's not really how you want to play, but you can if that's what you like. But he's gonna start moving down. Nick Rose really likes to wait things out. He still doesn't move off the pipe. He's still just kind of hanging out because he thinks this guy might probably swing back again, maybe, and he wants to be there. I think he's pretty comfortable with getting that left side ball. Some goalies are, some goalies aren't. So if he is, then it's no problem. As soon as the guy starts getting closer, he's going to seal it up. But he doesn't really commit to it too hard. He knows his positioning. So he's just going to come straight across. As I said earlier, right to the pipe, gets his shoulder into the corner, gets his glove into the mid, kind of where his pad is, and then gets his foot sort of down low. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a crazy save, but really the save wasn't even made in this huge movement. And that's like a thing a lot of people don't really realize. Like when you're watching goalies, a lot of the save isn't in the big follow through movement or whatever. It's made in the little thing of just getting to the side, right? Like he would have already made this save. Like this is just like a big follow through. So not too complicated for Nick Rose. It's mainly he plays kind of a alternative 3-point stance instead of our like 5-point stance. He elects to be a little slower in the net in terms of like moving around. He doesn't as much. Not that he's necessarily slow. He's just more reserved, and being more reserved can be faster. Sometimes speed or power is an illusion, right? It's if you're in position, you don't have to be as fast. And he really leans on being in great position. Now, all goalies have to be in really great position, but there's different strengths to everyone. And for a goalie like him, that's his strength, is just being very, very positional and hoping his defense are good and hoping that his offense are good. And in years where his defense weren't able to keep the shots on the outside as much and it was a little faster, he struggled. So it really kind of depends on the team dynamic too with these types of things. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching that and just getting to know a little more about a different type of goalie style. Give me a sub if you enjoyed. I know I haven't been making videos for a while. Life got in the way a little bit, but we're back for now. We're gonna make some more videos like this, some other things, whatever. I think I might be starting up a second channel soon with just some different stuff, not lacrosse stuff, but if you're interested in that, take a look. And if you decide that there's a goalie I want you to look at or analyze or whatnot, let me know in the comments and I could totally do that. All right, everybody, stay raw and have a good one. Peace.